Next, procedures for secrets group activity. Here are the procedure for secrets group activity. Number 1, form a group of 10 to 12 residents, preferably of variedly different persons. Number 2, each one is instructed to go to a place where they can be alone and free from distractions. Number 3, in a piece of paper, the residents will write a letter to himself about an event in his life which he has been keeping as a deep secret because it has caused a lot of pain, guilt, shame, or anxiety. Number 4, the letter is written as if he is addressing it to somebody and could start as dear friend. He should not state his name or any name and place which could lead the group as to the writer. He may write it in a way that would not give away any hint. This is done for 30 minutes. Number 5, the group then converges and all the rule letters will be placed in a bag. The residents will be seated in a circle. The first one will be asked to pick up a letter and read it aloud to everyone as if he is reading his own letter. The rest will provide encouragement to the advice, moral support, motivation or reader. No criticism or negative commitments are encouraged. Number 6, the facilitator admonishes the participants to refrain from curiously trying to find out the owner of the letters. Everyone is likewise admonished to keep the discussion strictly confidential. Number 7, after all the letters were read, the facilitator will do a brief processing, focusing on the feeling on the participants and how it affected each one of them. The group may choose to pray as a closing ritual. Number 8, before the group adjourns, the facilitators collect the letters and burn them in a clay bag or garbage bin as a symbolic ritual or letting go of all the hurts and pain and not allowing them to hinder their future growth. Next, pre-release interview. Pre-release interview are done before the PDL is scheduled to be released to the community. The objective of a pre-release interview are: number 1, to ensure that the residents to be released are well prepared to face new challenge in the community upon their integration into the mainstream of society. Number 2, to assess the various potential of the residents which he can utilize to be a productive citizen upon his release from the jail. Number 3, to assess the effectiveness of the interventions provided and determine what improvements or changes that need to be done. That need to be done. Indicator of successful pre-release interview are: resident preparing for their integration into the mainstream of society, change in behavior noted, recommendation provided, concrete goals established. Next, procedure for pre-release interview. Number 1, Inmate Welfare and Development Office or IWDO shall coordinate with the paralegal officer to monitor the status of the case of the residents. Number 2, if possible, immediate members of the family are present before the resident will be released from jail. Number 3, do a pre-release interview to conduct an assessment of the resident's potential and map out plans after his release from jail. Number 4, IWDO should coordinate with service providers for her referral for aftercare. Next topic, unwritten philosophy of therapeutic community. The unwritten philosophy of TC consists of slogans or aphorisms that are verbally given to the resident to impart the belief and values of TC in relation to their day-to-day living. These sayings are used to remind the residents as to what are considered important to them. They are the following. Number 1, honesty. A lot of residents continue to live and lie without the fear of its consequences. This virtue points out the importance of truth and its relevance to recovery. Honesty. Ang pagiging tapat sa sarili at sa iba ay fundamental sa paggaling. Ang pagtatago ng katotohanan ay pumipigil sa pag-unlad. Number 2, responsible love and concern. The resident will learn how to give and accept criticisms without resentment, bounded by trust and confidence. The residents know that mistakes need to be corrected if the aim is to bring the other toward behavioral change. Responsible of love and concern. Ang pagtanggap ng responsibilidad sa sariling mga aksyon ay mahalaga sa pagbabago. Ang pag-iwas sa pananagutan ay pumipigil sa pag-unlad. Number 3, to be aware is to be alive. Residents learn to be conscious of what is going on in the environment. In therapeutic community, minor attitudes are ingrowth to prevent major attitudinal problem to arise. Ang pagiging alerto sa kapaligiran ay nagpapahintulot sa mga residente na maunawaan ang mga potensyal na problema at maiwasan ang mga ito. Number 4, trust in your environment. There will be no change if there is no honesty and disclosure. Before doing so, trust must be established. One should believe that the program can help him. In doing so, he will learn to accept the program and use its tools to evoke changes in himself. Ang tiwala sa sarili at sa iba ay mahalaga sa pagbuo ng positibong relasyon. Ang kawalan ng tiwala ay pumipigil sa pag-unlad. Number 5, be careful what you ask for, you might may just get it. Man by nature is ambitious. We never get content with what we have. We want more, even if having so would lead us to commit mistakes. We should learn to appreciate that we have and use it to better ourselves. Ang pagiging maingat sa mga desisyon ay mahalaga upang maiwasan ang mga pagkakamali. Ang pagiging pabaya ay maaaring magdulot ng mga negatibong resulta. Number 6, no pre-lunch. In reality, nothing really comes easy. If we aim for something, we must work for it. There is no pride in getting something the easy way. It is hard to let go of something that we labored for. Change will not come if we will just wait for it to happen. We must make it happen. Ang pagsusumikap ay mahalaga upang makamit ang mga layunin. Ang pag-asa sa madaling paraan ay pumipigil sa pag-unlad. Number 7, you can't keep it unless you give it away. Knowledge or learning is better appreciated if shared with others. Something becomes valuable if used to help others make positive changes in their lives. Helping others help us in the process as we start to feel good about ourselves. Ang pagbabahagi ng kaalaman ay nagpapalakas ng komunidad at nagbibigay ng suporta sa isa't isa. Number 8, what goes around comes around. Whatever you do unto others will be done unto you. Any good deed will be rewarded, while evil deeds will be punished in the end. We should always be mindful of our actions, as they are the parameters of how we will be judged in the end. Ang prinsipyo ito ay nagtuturo sa mga residente na maging maingat sa kanilang mga aksyon dahil sa mga ito ay may bunga. Number 9, act as if. Learn and accepting the therapeutic community program is not easy. Most residents feel resistant towards it. This philosophy teaches the resident to go with the flow as a way compliance. In the process, they will learn to embrace it, and the behavior will soon become natural. Ang pagtanggap at pagsunod sa programa ay mahalaga sa pagkamit ng positibong pagbabago. Number 10, understand rather than be understood. It is sometimes common for us to be selfish. We find it hard to admit ourselves. We expect everyone around us to understand our mistakes. Hence we tend to blame everybody but others. Understand other is a virtue because it speak of wrongdoing, but we seldom try to understand humility and patience. If we take the first step to know where others are coming from, there will be fewer conflict and relationships. Ang pag-unawa sa sarili at sa iba ay mahalaga upang maiwasan ang mga hindi pagkakaunawaan at salungatan. Number 11, personal growth before vested status. Sometimes we become so wrapped up in our own status or position in life that we tend to forget to develop relationships with the people around us. We should cultivate our personal abilities before we scale the ladder to success. Ang pag-unlad ng sarili ay mahalaga bago ang pagkamit ng tagumpay. Ang pagtuon sa mga relasyon ay mahalaga sa pag-unlad. Number 12, compensation is valid. Reward for working hard is well deserved. We get what we put into it. Ang pagsusumikap ay dapat gantimpalaan. Ang pagiging patas ay nagpapalakas ng moral. Number 13, forgiveness to accept what has been done. Move on and get over the hurt and anger gives us a feeling of inner peace and happiness. Failure to get over the pains will pin us down and stunt our progress. Ang pagpapatawad sa sarili at sa iba ay mahalaga sa paggaling at pag-unlad. Number 14, humility. To humble one self before other is a laudable virtue. We are often enveloped by pride that it is difficult for us to lower ourselves and admit our inadequacy and limitations. By doing so, we develop a fair insight about ourselves, through giving us the challenge to improve ourselves. Ang humility, mahalaga ang magpakumbaba. Ang pagkilala sa ating mga kahinaan ay hindi tanda ng kahinaan, kundi ng lakas upang mapabuti ang ating sarili. Mas madali tayong matuto at mapaunlad kung tatanggapin natin ang ating mga limitasyon. Number 15, you alone can do it, but you can do it alone. Oftentimes, we feel invisible and indispensable, knowing that certain tasks can only be accomplished by us. We don't realize that we have certain limitations, that without the help of others, the burden will be too great for us. We should learn to reach out for help and admit our weakness. Sa number 15, you alone can do it, but you can do it alone. Totoo ito. Kahit gaano pa tayo kagaling, kailangan pa rin natin ang tulong ng iba. Ang pakikipagtulungan ay susi sa tagumpay. Ang pag-amin sa ating mga kahinaan at paghahanap ng tulong ay tanda ng karunungan. Sa number 16, pride in quality. Time flies so fast that we tend to hurry in everything we do. We lose our focus and do things haphazardly just for the sake of completion. We should always seek quality in our work. The product of our labor speak of our attitude toward life in general. Sa number 15, you alone can do it, but you can do it alone. Number 16, pride in quality
ay ang pagmamalaki sa kalidad ng ating gawain ay mahalaga. Hindi dapat maging dahilan ang pagmamadali upang makumpleto ang isang gawain para isakripisyo ang kalidad nito. Ang kalidad ng ating trabaho ay sumasalamin sa ating pagkatao. Number 17. Feelings don't think. We usually react impulsively to things around us because of our feelings before we can even think. An action has already been done. Everything starts in the mind. If we think before we act, chances are we will behave with contempt as we have analyzed the process before the action. Feelings don't think. Ang emosyon ay maaari makaapekto sa ating pag-iisip at pagdedesisyon. Mahalaga ang pag-isip muna bago kumilos upang maiwasan ang mga pagkakamali. Ang pagsusuri ng sitwasyon ay makakatulong sa paggawa ng tamang desisyon. Number 18, guilt kills. One of underlying reason for depression is guilt. It is a feeling of shame and self-blame. If a guilt feeling remains unresolved, it can be turned inwards through resulting in self-inflicted harm. Guilt kills ay ang pagkakasala ay nakakasama sa kalusugan ng isip. Ang pag-amin sa pagkakamali at paghahanap ng solusyon ay mahalaga upang makapagpatuloy sa buhay. Ang papaalam sa pagkakasala ay magdudulot ng mas malaking pinsala. Number 19, hang thought. Sometimes we feel that there is no end to our miseries, and we feel helpless and hopeless. No matter how dim life seems to be, there is always hope. In every problem, there is a solution. Every problem is a learning experience that would make us better in dealing with life's changes. Sa hang thought, kahit gaano ka gaano pa kahirap ang sitwasyon, may pag-asa pa rin. Ang bawat problema ay may solusyon. Ang mga pagsubok sa buhay ay nagpapalakas sa atin. Number 20, you are your brother's keeper. In TC, each one is responsible for the other members of the community. The failure of one is the failure of all. This gives all the residents a sense of responsibility in shepherding others. The success of the program reflects how one cares for the other. Sa number 20, you are your brother's keeper. Ang pakikipagkapwa-tao ay mahalaga. Ang responsibilidad sa kapwa ay nagpapakita ng pagmamalasakit at pagkakaisa. Ang tagumpay ng isang komunidad ay nakasalalay sa pakikipagtulungan ng bawat isa. Next topic, organizational hierarchy of therapeutic community. The objectives of having a hierarchical organization in a therapeutic are as follows. Number 1, to create an organized structure and an efficient system of program implementation. Number 2, to foster the feelings of empowerment and self-sufficiency among residents. Number 3, to improve the line of communication between personnel and residents. Number 4, to promote a self-sufficient therapeutic community utilizing the resident who possess a variety of skills. Procedure and guidelines of organization hierarchy of therapeutic community. Here are the procedure in establishing and conducting the organization hierarchy in a therapeutic community. Number 1, the senior member of the staff, usually the director, identifies the counselors coming from the staff personnel. Number 2, as soon as the counselor were identified, the resident of the community will submit application for certain desired position as indicated at the hierarchical structure. Number 3, the applicants will be interviewed by the staff director, IWD, chief escort, and custodial. Number 4, after the interview, selection of application for key positions, coordinator, and department head is done using sociometric pointing. Number 5, crew members will be assigned as per assessment of the IWDO, chief escort, and custodial. Number 6, new residents will be assigned automatically at the housekeeping department for 1 month for orientation purposes. Function of different position in hierarchy. The following are the position or roles and their functions within the therapeutic community arranged from highest to lowest. Number 1, coordinator, a positive role model. Deals with the attitudes of residents and act of a member of the panel during the haircut and address the resident in general meeting. Next, the leader of a team assigned to oversee a specific department, e.g. kitchen department. Next, responsible for reporting of job change and recommend cutting of learning experience. Next, assigned as coordinator on duty of the day and delegates tasks to be covered for the day, investigating and booking. Next, encourages residents to use behavior shaping tools, encounter, sleep, booking, etc. Next, responsible for overseeing that each team work efficiently. Next, supervises the overall functions of the department in the therapeutic community facility. Next, report to staff any incident that is not in the boundaries of a resident to deal with. Next, carries out any given task that staff member assigned him, her. Next, in charge to disseminate instruction given by the director and staff through coordination with co-coordinators. Next, serves as liaison between resident and staff. Number 2, coordinator on duty. Not part of the whole hierarchical structure, each coordinator take turns to become coordinator of the day. She is designated as coordinator of the day to conduct inspection in sales, kitchen, and other areas where residents are allowed together with the staff on duty and the chief expeditor. Next, delegates tasks to other coordinators. Next, under direct communication with the chief expeditor. Next, must always be aware and record all the events, incidents of the day to the logbook. Next, must have a direct link with staff on duty. Next, responsible for disseminating information coming from the staff or director. Next, evaluate or validate different incidences and seek staff acknowledgement. Number 3, chief expeditor, responsible for managing the daily function and activities of the community. Next, delegates other responsibility to the assistant chief expeditor and monitors every activity. Next, oversees the schedule of the day. Next, communicates with department heads in execution of job functions. Next, communicates with coordinator of the day on an hourly basis. Number 4, assistant chief expeditor, responsible for execution of directives from the chief expeditor. Next, supervises the activity inside the dormitories. Next, monitors overall function of the different departments and reports to the chief all the incidences. Next, facilitate department head meeting in the absence of the chief expeditor, job changes and requests. Number 5, department head, conduct departmental meetings before job function. Next, delegates specific tasks to team members and monitors individual conduct. Next, monitors participation of members to activities of the program, morning meeting, seminars, and group session. Next, check attendance and whereabouts of team member. Next, attend the department head pre-evaluation meetings regarding job change. Next, recommend, grant, or denies team member in-house request in the department head meeting. Next, conduct post-evaluation to resident regarding the result of the request. Next, screens team members' requests. Number 6, department crew, responsible for carrying out tasks, duties, and responsibilities of their concerned departments. TCMP department and function. The following are the different departments within the therapeutic community and their function. Number 1, Business Office Department or BOD. Number 2, Expediting Team. Number 3, Kitchen Department. Number 4, Maintenance and Landscaping Department. Number 5, Housekeeping Department. Number 6, Laundry Department. The Business Officer Department or BOD is welcomes new member of the family and makes sure that policies, rules, and their limitations are clear, and responsible for facilitating younger members group by sharing experience, role model that show how to overcome trying circumstances, coping, adjustment, etc. Next, orient new resident how to drop sleep, ventilate feelings, and encounter group, use the behavior shopping tools, and internalize the therapeutic community philosophy and unwritten philosophies. Next, provide support to resident when needed. Prepared requests of programs for special event and disseminate all written communication. Maintain and updates bulletin board postage and announcements. Next, updates profile of residents, name, address, age, status, birth date, ethnic origin, etc. And provides a list of residents in the tag board to be posted in every dormitory. Next, prepared sound system in every activity.
This is the end of my discussion. Thank you and God bless.